Hey everybody, welcome to catandbeats and welcome to another quick tip on a Tuesday. And today we're going to be talking about double time drums, which basically means counting your drums where you normally have the snare on the 2 and the 4 to where you have the snare on the 3. Now this happens when you double time, as in you make the speed double the time that you normally have it. And then normally when people produce like this, they want the listener to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4. So they want the head to bounce around faster. So right now here I have the song from Gliding Squares, and it's called Those Were the Days. And it sounds like this. This is drums. And my head is not going the right speed according to what the producer wanted. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's not good. He needs it 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And bouncy, bouncy, bouncy house. That's kind of what he wanted, right? So he told me, dude, the drums don't sound fast enough. Do something. Normally you can say to the drummer, play some more ghost notes, play it a little bit more filled up. But this time around, we can also just fix it with something called Echo Boy. And Echo Boy is a delay plugin. You can use any delay plugin, but this one has a little trick up its sleeve. So we're going to be using 2 Echo Boys. The first one we're going to set up like this on a rhythm echo. That means that it's an echo that I can control the velocity over time. And I'm controlling the velocity to go backwards, which means that instead of it going quieter and quieter and quieter, it goes louder and louder and louder. So I've only set this up so it goes from my snare drum into the Echo Boy. It goes full wet into the Echo Boy. And after that, I have a 1/8 dotted time. And then the final result is that we have a tiny little drum and bass flavor box. And that little, let me just make it loud, will make you start to bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 4. I get the little bit of a bounce, all right? Now, if we then add that in with the extra hats that are already there and the top end, I'm starting to bounce around versus just straight. That's a little bit of a bounce, right? So let me take you through the rest of the process and the thought process, and then you can start applying this to your own tracks. So we have this on the snare drum itself. So we basically send from here. So here we have the snare. The snare goes straight into this auxiliary over here that has those 2 Echo Boys on. The 1/8 dotted time afterwards gives it the bounce that you want. Then you have a little bit of an EQ because I want this to sound like ghost notes on a snare drum. And when you play a snare drum a little bit softer, you're not going to have as much top end or low end. And it's just going to sound like a little tap. So I wanted that tap sound. It needs to be drum and bass flavored. So I needed to have some noise as well. And then we have the EQ, the glue compressors, and they're both side chaining. So every single time the kick drum kicks or the snare drum hits, then the volume gets ducked down. So that basically you only have the boom, boom, and that's the whole thing. That's the whole trick. And then specifically the going up, boom, boom, that's the whole trick. So I hope you've enjoyed this little trick. Make sure, by the way, if you're interested in seeing how I mix this whole song, to check out the in the description below. I have a whole playlist of me mixing away this song, and please check out the artist as well. They're extremely talented, and they made this super summery, nice vibe. Check them out. Without all the tension, just how chill is that vibe? Anyway, oh yeah, last tip, by the way, you can automate it. How cool is that? You can automate everything, by the way, but you can automate this. And that means that basically over the whole song, only in the choruses do I have that speedy type of vibe. And I don't have that in anywhere else that it doesn't need to be there. Yay! Okay, and you can automate it, obviously, rhythmically too, if you need that too. All right, so that's it. Much love. Peace out. I'll see you guys again soon. Make sure to subscribe and like. That would really be helpful. And if you're interested in more of this kind of content, check out Patreon, where there's like 200 plus 300 something videos that are all user-based questions. You also get discounts for me mixing for you too, by the way. All right. Cheers.